ready to receive everything God got for me, and ain't nobody gon' stop me.
I was born in the furnace, I lived in the fire. I came out shining, I was destined for higher, higher.
I am ready to receive everything God got for me, and ain't nobody gon' stop me.
I was born in the furnace, I lived in the fire. I came out shining, I was destined for higher, higher.
Hey y'all, it is Steph and who?
Jada.
Really? Why you gotta act so, like you so hard?
I said Jada.
Jada. Steph and Jada, and we are here with a story time. I know story times are quite popular on my channel. However, today I have somebody else that's gonna tell the story, and I'm here to just elaborate on the story, okay? And before we jump into this, if you are new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe, and also welcome once again. And also be sure to turn on your notifications so that every time I upload a new video, you are notified, okay? Because YouTube be tripping sometimes, okay? Okay, this story that we're gonna tell is about pretty much Grandma saved Jada's life. And you're probably wondering, how did Mama Rose save Jada's life? We're going to tell you, and the reason why we're going to tell you this story is because I just think, and talking with Jada a couple of days ago, I just think it's very important to just share with other young girls and mothers out there that, you know, these are things that really happen, and something that was a very scary situation could have went left if all hands was not on deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Jada go ahead and tell y'all how her grandma saved her life, literally.
Where am I starting from? There's a lot to start from.
Well, you can start at the basis and tell them, like, okay, how y'all had plans to go to the skating rink and all that stuff.
It's funny, I'm going Saturday.
Anywho.
My cousin, who I basically grew up with, everybody has a cousin. I was at my grandma's house for one summer. I was like, what, 16, turned 17? I think I just turned 17.
No, because you haven't been, you was 15 going on 16, I think. Or maybe you was 16. I think you were 16. And just to give y'all just a little backstory, I know everybody used to always wonder, like I said, if you are a OG and you've been watching my channel for the past couple of years, y'all know that Jada will go to grandma's house during the summers because of what? Why did you get shipped to grandma's?
I was just a sneaky kid.
Sneaky.
That's it. I was sneaky.
Okay, sneaky and clearly defiant.
I wasn't sneaky.
No, we gotta call it what it is. Sneaky and defiant, and just, she lied a lot, y'all. She lied a lot. So, the get back was in her grandma's house. Like I said, if you guys are familiar with story times on my channel, I've told y'all my story with my mama and how my mama was. And she did not play the radio. So, I just felt like if me and her daddy couldn't get to her, maybe there's somebody that can get her. And I think every child needs a little May Rose in their life. And I sent my child to my mama because I know she would get her right. Did she get you right? How many years you went? Twice?
I went like 4 years. What are you talking about?
You didn't go every summer.
I said 4 years. It didn't have to be every summer. 4 years.
So 4 years, but in 2 years you went by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So the first summer she went, she didn't get it. So she had to go back a second summer. The second summer she went back. That's when grandma saved her life. So, go ahead. What happened? What happened?
His face is just funny. What was I?
You had that cousin.
My cousin wanted. Oh, I'm tired. I need a nap. My grandma didn't let me hang around my cousin very often because she was more, say, the troublemaker cousin. So I wasn't ever allowed to hang out with her. But my aunt, my favorite aunt. Her sister. She worked with me and she told a lie to Grandma. Like, it was a lie, but it wasn't a lie because it was kind of true.
Girl, a lie's a lie.
But how I got there was the lie.
Okay.
So, I knew my grandma was going to tell me no. So, I told my auntie, and we came with this plan that she was going to make it seem like she was driving me to the skating rink. That was the only way I was allowed to go, is if she was taking me and picking me up.
Okay.
So we came up with this because she didn't want to take me all the way there, but she wanted me to have a good summer. She wanted me to have fun because if you go to Grandma's house, you don't do nothing. Sorry, Grandma, but you don't do nothing.
That's fun.
You clean. You clean.
And you clean some more. And
you might get a couple dollars. She liked to go to the casino. You might get a couple $100, $200.
she liked to take you shopping too. You wasn't turning that down.
Who turns that down?
Exactly. So
that was like at the end of the summer once I was going home. So she would reward me when I was good, when I was going home.
When you was good.
And I was going home, keyword, at the end of the trip.
Yeah, because you started a bunch of stuff when you got there. She had an attitude with Mama on day one, child. Day one. She had just flew in and they went out to lunch and my mama told her, Jada, put your phone away. Put your phone down, Jada. Jada said no. She said that she could be on her phone.
I said she didn't pay the bill on it.
You said that to me, Rose?
You think I'd be alive?
What did you say? Then you said something that tricked her off.
I said it's my phone.
Okay, and then she snatched, did she snatch it from you?
No, somebody gave it to her and I said no.
And then what happened?
She made a scene.
What kind of scene?
You know how your mother is.
You know how your grandmother is.
She was your mother first.
She sure was, and she still is.
You know what type of scene she made.
Listen.
She told a white lady to mind her business.
In the bathroom, because she
ain't say it like that. She said it very aggressive.
She took Jada in the bathroom, and she told her, little girl, you don't know who you messing with. And another person that was in the bathroom happened to be a Caucasian lady. And she told Mama to stop talking to her like that. And my mama politely said, bitch, mind your business. Okay? Mind your business.
Not politely. I don't know why you're trying to...
I know it wasn't polite, but I'm just giving them the clean version of how she said it. I know her, okay? So Jada didn't start off good from the beginning when she got there. On day one. Hadn't even been there 2 hours and she was already giving Mama the business. But the thing about her is my mama gonna give you the business back. So, like she was telling her story, decided to go to the skating rink. Auntie.
I didn't get there yet.
Auntie had to take you and pick you up.
Let me finish. So, me, her, and my cousin, she said my cousin was going with this boy who was her best friend at the time. It was him and then this other girl. I don't even think she's friends with her no more. He had a car. He could drive. At the time, nobody could drive. Me and my cousin could drive. So we had met up. I think we met at Ashley's house.
Don't call her names.
I don't remember who house. We met up at somebody's driveway. And she told me to be safe, to let her know when we got there. Let her know, like 2 hours into being there, that I was still alive and okay. And when I was ready to go, and for her to pick me back up at that same designated spot and take me home. So we went there. I got in the car with them. We went to the skating rink. Auntie was gone. Told her we got there. And then, I don't know how long we was there for.
What you met this guy?
This is a story time. You're supposed to go into details.
We'll go into details because there's a lot of details to go into. It is.
I'm not even there.
But I was there after. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What you even there after?
Girl, go and tell the story. Yes.
Yeah.
But my presence was definitely there. Tell the story. You met a boy. You met a, I didn't know boy. She met a man.
No, I met a dude.
A man.
A dude. A dude who was 21 years old.
And she was 16.
I really think I was 17, Mommy.
You was not 17.
Mommy,
you have not been to Grandma's house in 2 years. 2 years, you're 19. You haven't didn't go last year, and you didn't go the year before. Last time you went, you was probably 16, getting ready to go on 17. Anywho, he was a grown-ass man, y'all. She was still a minor. You know, he was 21. Because Mama got the dude's, she got his information. But I'll get to that part when we get to that part.
I met him before we were about to leave. But the girl that was friends with my cousin, she thought he was cute. It's funny how it played though. She thought he was cute. She didn't have a phone. Ain't that something? She didn't have a phone. So she asked him for his number. And she took my phone and she put his number in my phone.
Okay, so
technically... Then she gave him my number. Technically, it wasn't initially me who liked him. I thought he was cute. She did. And so it just played differently in the end.
So that's how he ended up calling you?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And then that night, we were just talking. We were just texting. He asked how old I was. He asked if I lived in Florida. He just asked a bunch of questions. And then one day turned into, how long I was there for?
You was there 2 weeks. You was there 2 weeks when all this popped off.
Dude, it was weird though. He planned out a whole life.
And you was right there with him planning out a whole life. So tell the story. Y'all was planning out a whole life.
No, he. Don't say we. Don't say y'all. He. To get to the part where when they all found out, my baby cousin, they know who she is.
Yeah.
My baby cousin Asia, who everybody loves so much, she was around one day. I was on the phone with him. I don't remember what he said, but he said something that I guess had her in her little mind thinking like, oh, that's not safe. Like my cousin could be getting hurt or something. So her and her mom are really close. Like they like best friends, but they're so far apart of age. She's like 12. Your sister's
She's
like
12 now. She wasn't 12.
She was like
then. She was like 8. Yeah.
She was so young.
Yes.
She and he had came by my grandma's house once, and he was in the driveway, and she came out the house and came in the car, and that was 2 things. She was around him. Well, she was around him once, but she was around when I was on the phone with him once. So then, since her and her mom are so close, she told my aunt, and it was one night. I think it was like 12 o'clock at night. I was actually on the phone with him, and my aunt called, and I just knew she don't ever call me. Why is she calling me? So it's 12 o'clock at night. So she called me, and she was like, is there something you have to tell me? And I was like, what are you talking about? You know how kids try to play dumb. They don't know what you're talking about. But they be knowing what you're talking about.
But that didn't work for you. No, it didn't. Go ahead.
I know it didn't work.
Okay, go ahead.
So she told me what I had to tell her. And then she was like, oh, should I tell your mama? And then I didn't say anything because I knew she was going to tell my mom anyway. So why would you ask me if you should tell my mom if you was going to tell her anyway? Like, does that make sense? No, it's not.
Go ahead.
So we get off the phone. I say 20 minutes go by, maybe 15, 20. My mom's calling me. I was scared to answer because I knew what she was calling for. So I answered. I don't remember what she said.
Oh, I do. So, y'all.
It was her and my dad.
What happened was, she was there. She went. She planned and conniving and all of this stuff. 2 weeks, they talking on the phone, all of this. The part that became very scary was when I guess oh boy asked you, could he come see you? And she hit, what is it on Apple phone? She pinned her location, okay? She pinned her location and she sent him the location of my mama's house. So now he knows where my mother lived, all right? So he comes to the house. Mama is not there, okay? So Jada and Lil Asia was there, and was Miss Laura there?
Yeah, Miss Laura was
Was
there.
Laura?
Oh, no, she wasn't there. She went with grandma to the casino.
So Jada and Asia was at the house.
I was babysitting.
She was babysitting.
I was a terrible babysitter around that time.
Then He comes in. He's parked in my mama's driveway.
Come in.
I said he's parked in her driveway.
Okay, Grandma,
He's parked in the driveway. He's parked in the driveway.
He wasn't even in the driveway, actually. No. She
saw his car.
No. She had cameras. She has cameras. The way I made him park, you could not see. He was in a blind spot, so she did not see his car.
Did you hear this shit? He was in a blind spot.
You told me to tell the story.
Yes, but he was in a blind spot.
She didn't see. Grandma added that little part in there. She did not see the car.
Okay.
Why? Because I watched on the camera myself and was on the phone and told him where to back up. So she did not. She added that part in there herself.
Okay, point of the matter is he still was on her property.
Yes.
So, dude's on her property. She don't come out. She's talking to him in the car. Next thing you know, here comes little Asia, being Asia, and little Asia's in the car too now. So they all just talking, kikiing and all this shit. Next thing you know, Asia gets out the car, go back in the house. Jada's still in the car.
Well, I had a gut feeling my grandma was about to come home.
So
I got out the car and I went in the house.
So, first of all, she was bold as I don't know what, okay? Because you done pinned him to my mama's house. He done showed up in her driveway, on her property. I don't care if he's in a blind spot or not. He was there, okay? Both of them sitting in the car. Jada don't know nothing about this guy other than what he's told her over a 2-week time frame. Anything could have happened. Things such as, he could have kidnapped them. He could have raped. He could have fled the scene with them. And guess what? Nobody would have known. No.
Yes.
No.
Because her neighbor, Miss whatever, who lived across the street, she was outside. She saw everything. So you can't say nobody would have known. She saw. So if grandma was to go over there and if something bad would happen, no, you have to look at it realistically.
No, realistically, no, that was not going to happen.
But
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go.
No, because that's realistically, that's somebody's grandma's that's friends with grandma. So if grandma was to go around the neighborhood asking if anybody saw anything, you really think that lady was going to say nothing?
I don't know.
Yes, I do think that, because that was somebody she used to talk to every day.
What? But guess what? After the fact, it's too late.
Mommy, I'm just saying.
And I'm just saying, you could have been down the street on the turnpike. You could have been headed to Georgia, South Carolina. You don't know where you could have been. You could have been in somebody's dumpster. Because that's just, people cannot be trusted. And the reason why we're telling y'all this story is because Jada, I told her, I said, you could really help save another young girl's life. Because their age, being sneaky, thinking they smarter than us, thinking they know better than us. As you can see, she's thinking, you know, the neighbor would have told, but that's still after the fact regardless. Both of them, not one, but both of them could have been gone. And I know that would have like just killed my mama, that if something had happened on her watch, she would have never forgave herself, like never, okay? So they decide to, she just told y'all, she decided to go in the house because she felt like, okay, she's probably about to come home. And then shortly she pulled up later.
She pulled up literally right when I walked in the door. Like she pulled into the driveway.
So she saved your life once.
No, I had a gut feeling and I stood for my gut feeling.
Okay, so how this all came out.
Go to the part where I was at. You just,
I'm going back to it.
Around.
No, I had to go back and tell them exactly what happened because you never told them what happened. So Ashley calls Jada that night. She tells Jada that she needs to tell her, is it something that she needs to tell her? Then Ashley told her she was gonna be letting her mama know. 15 minutes later, Ashley called, me and James talked to her, got the story, we called her. FaceTime, talking to her the whole nine, okay? We are asking her, like, what were you thinking? Now, this is the one thing that you told us that night that just tripped me out. And Ashley happened to be on the phone with you when you was talking to old boy, telling him that y'all had to cut this off. He wanted to take you, he wanted y'all to have this whole life together.
Me and Ashley was on the phone when I told
Ashley was on the phone. Ashley, when she was talking to him, telling him.
I didn't tell him that. Grandma told him that. Let me tell the story.
I'm telling the story.
I never ended things with him. Grandma did.
We know Grandma ended, but I'm saying when Ashley talked to him that night before she called me and your dad and told us what was going on, she said she told him, do you know how old she is? Do you know that you can go to jail for messing with a minor? Do you know all of these things? She said, I'm telling you this because I don't want to see nothing happen to you. She said, I know how my sister and my brother-in-law is, so she was like, I'm telling you, you might want to leave that alone. Now, what Jada didn't know is that Ashley and myself, we did tell my mama, because Jada is in my mom's care. Ashley feeling bad because, okay, now this done popped off. Yes.
So why didn't she react when she got back in the house?
Listen.
No.
I'm finna listen.
Why are you just not telling me this? This happened like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, but listen.
How you miss details? You don't tell me that.
Because it was the element of surprise. So what happened
So it
was,
explains why she was acting the way she was acting, all quiet and suspicious.
Yep. So Mama had told Jada after we let her know what was going on, told her where the boy worked, the whole nine. Mama told Jada that they was going out to dinner that night, and it was going to some casino to have crab night or something like that. Jada was all excited about going. However, they didn't go there. It was a detour. They actually went to the skating rink. All right. They go there. Mama told Jada, they pull up to the skating rink. She like, okay, so you know why we're here. I want you to point him out to me. Point him out. I want to know who he is, and I got something to tell him.
The funny part about it though, he was there.
Okay.
Only reason I know he was there is because I saw his car when we first pulled up.
So you didn't get out the car when Mama went to talk to him?
She never went to talk to him. That's the point. I don't understand why you keep saying
She called the police.
Grandma never spoke to him directly, to the face. Let me tell a story, man. We pulled up into
the skating rink.
His car was a white, old Toyota. It was like an old school Toyota. The one that only had 2 car doors. And I saw it, and then once I saw we was pulling up in there, I already knew what was there. So she called my mom, and then she was on the phone yelling out. She wasn't yelling at my mom, but she was yelling about the situation. Then after she got the phone with her, she had my phone. And this whole time, I thought she hid it somewhere in the house. It was in the car while she was driving. She told me to unlock it, I guess, to get a picture of what he looked like. And then she called the police. Then we went inside. He was there. I don't know where he was, though. I didn't see him. I looked all around. I did not see where he was at. He normally worked in the, what are those people in the middle who like catch you if you fall? They were like, I don't know, all skate. You went to the skating rink, so you saw what
They're just a purpose.
Oh, they're helpers if you fall. He was normally one of those people, and we went in. She talked to the manager. She told the manager about him and of the whole situation. So,
and then like how he probably was using the skating ring as a way to prey on young girls and get with them and stuff. From what Mama said, the manager was talking about letting him go. He was gonna be fired because he don't need that on his watch. You know, here it is, a grown man, you know, coming after teenage girls at the skating rink, because in that situation she was a teenage girl at the time. Mama made a big scene up at the skating rink. She did. And she let Jada know, like, right then and there, like, you cannot pull one past me. She hadn't went back and looked at the camera, so she knew old boy had been to her house. When they got back to the house, I had to tell Ashley, please make sure you are there when Mama get back to the house with Jada, because I know how my mama is. So, you got hemmed up, didn't you?
Mommy, that was not in the same night. Like, you talking about 3 different nights.
But damn, there was a lot going on then.
The first night when you and Daddy called me, that was one night. I got hemmed up that night.
Oh, that night you got hemmed up, because that's
No, it was the second night. Because you told me to tell her tomorrow.
Yes, I told you you were going to tell her.
She told me to tell her. The whole day I didn't say anything because they told me not to tell her till Ashley got there.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh well.
That's okay.
Till she got there, so they didn't get there till at night. I think it was like around maybe 10, because she has kids and she runs a daycare, so she didn't get there till like at 10 o'clock at night. When she came in, I was doing the dishes, and I had to make sure all like weapons were put away. That's why I was doing the dishes.
Weapons?
Yes, a fork, a spoon, a spatula, a plate. It's not funny.
Okay.
So she came in and she just sat Grandma down. She said Grandma already knew.
She did know.
So she sat her down, then I told her, then, you know, she reacted the way she reacted. I got hemmed up, and then the night after, I thought everything was jolly. It was fine, like, we wasn't gonna talk about it anymore. And then she was gone the whole day. I think the rest of that summer, Ashley didn't trust me with Asia no more.
No.
Now she do. It was years ago, but she didn't trust me the rest of that summer. We had a little cry session because she didn't want nothing to happen to me. I'm one of her oldest nieces and stuff. And then my grandma and Miss Laura, they went to the casino. And then that's when they came back. And then she said we was going out to eat. And then, yeah, that situation happened.
Yeah, that's when they pulled up
And
on her boy.
Later on in the summer, which y'all don't know, later on in the summer, once I got, it was probably like a week before I was going home, because I had my phone back.
Yeah, she after that situation, Mama like kind of took the phone away from her, period. So it didn't even matter. It was like she didn't have a phone. But then like the week before she was getting ready to come home, she gave it back to her. And then what happened?
She gave it back, and he had texted me on Facebook apologizing for everything. Like, he apologized for the whole situation. And I just said, okay. I was like, I can't talk to you. I'm not trying to get in more trouble that I'm already in. He apologized, and then I would say, like, he got in contact with me again. It was when I was friends with Nyla. It was so random. This is part of the story, kind of. You remember those times when I used to be with Nyla and her grandma? You remember it was one specific time it was me, her grandma, and her mom had to go get her hair done in
New York.
Yeah. So we was in the car and this unknown number called me, but didn't show no face. Like, it was a black screen. So I made Nyla call the number. Still didn't say anything. It was a black screen. So I texted the number and I said, who is this? Because they kept constantly FaceTiming. So I was like, who is this? Then he said his name. I'm like, I don't, can I say his name?
No.
I was like, I don't know. Like, I was over here, like, I really forgot about the whole situation. I was like, I don't know a such and such. He was like, yeah, you do.
Call him Ben.
He was like, I was like, I don't know Ben. He was like, yeah, you do. He was like, remember the summer? I was like, no, I don't. And then he called again, and then he showed his face. I was like, oh. I didn't say nothing. It was awkward. And he was like, oh, I just got a new phone. I was trying to see all like the numbers in my phone. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then he hung up. And then I blocked the number.
Okay, you blocked the number. Okay, so what she didn't tell y'all is that they had planned out a life. She said he planned out a life, but he was wanting her to run away with him. This is during a time when Jada wasn't feeling me or anything like that, because I'm the enemy, because I stay up in her grill and in her space.
You was never the enemy. Neither one of y'all was.
Well, it felt like I was, child.
I just was a kid and I wanted freedom. As I got older, I got it. All you gotta do is be honest, have your stuff done. I've learned that.
Say it one more time.
Be honest and have your stuff done.
So, the moral of the story is Grandma saved her life that summer, because literally, if this had not had an intervention where what happened that happened in a 2-week time frame happened, it was like my child could have been on a milk cart and she could have been missing. My little niece could have been missing. It's just like so many like bad things that could have happened. And then like what I had to tell Jada is that trafficking is real. Human trafficking is real. And they are like, they don't care how old or how young you are. They don't care if you a woman, a man. They don't care what you are, okay? They will abduct you, and next thing you know, your ass in another country. They done sold you on the black market, and now you are a sex slave or a sex partner to somebody you don't even want to be with. So I just, excuse me.
I was coming. I wasn't done.
I just feel like this is a story that she could share with y'all, because I remember in the moment when I talked about this on my channel, I didn't talk about it with Jada. However, Jada said that she was open to sharing her situations and her stories.
It was so long ago. I don't care about it no more.
Yeah, but so the moral of the story is, Jada,
Hey, I'm talking to the dog.
don't talk to him.
I said that is rude.
Go.
He said that is so rude.
Anywho, the moral of the story.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Bye.
That's rude.
The moral of the story is, take your time, young ladies. You have all the time in the world to meet all the men, the guys, girls, whomever, okay? You have all the time in the world to do that. Don't grow up too fast. No need to be sneaky. No need to be dishonest or trying to be defiant. No need to be lying, okay? Just be truthful, be honest. Sit down and talk to your parents. Sometimes the reason why we may not understand what's going on with you is because of things that you withhold from us. And apparently you had shared a lot with this guy, because he was telling Ashley stuff like, oh, she said that, you know, her parents, you know, they don't let her go nowhere, they don't let her do nothing. But did you tell them why we wasn't letting you do nothing? Why we wasn't letting you go nowhere? Because we didn't trust you. You had violated the trust.
I have a question.
What?
Have I earned all that trust back? I don't lie. I don't be sneaky. I told y'all about him.
Her boyfriend. I'm not going to say all the trust back, but you are in a much better place than you were.
I need a percentage. Daddy, give me percentage.
Y'all know
No,
Give me percentage.
you probably like 80%. That's a lot.
What other 30%? 20%.
I cannot tell you to go back to school. I can't.
20%.
This girl just said, what the other 30%?
Where's the other 20%?
It's still being earned.
How? I don't do nothing.
It's still being earned. You just did an incident the other day. How you go use your mama dumb?
That is not part of
That
it.
is part of
That
it.
is not part
That
of it.
is.
That is not part of the life lesson we are teaching.
But this is called trust. You asked for trust. She 80% down. You was down to 0, girl, 3 years ago. So what would you tell young ladies? What could they learn from Jada? Jada's experience. Because y'all literally have watched Jada grow up on my channel over the past 4 to 5 years. She done went from middle school to high school to now she's a graduate. She's in cosmetology school right now. She is a young woman. What advice would you give girls your age or younger? What would you give them? What kind of advice?
Well, I would say, just if they was in a situation like that, tell somebody, like whether it's a sister, a mother, a dad, a cousin, so somebody knows.
Okay.
So if something was to happen, somebody knows, and somebody can verify, somebody can give details what he looks like, versus not anybody knowing. Not an 8-year-old. Somebody who's 16 and up and has a phone. Don't lie. Just be honest. It doesn't hurt to be honest. Because if you lie, you get in more trouble versus being honest. Don't keep secrets.
I think over the years, our relationship as mother and daughter has definitely evolved, and it's gotten better, stronger. We talk a lot, a whole lot. I think I know way more than I would like to know sometimes. However, it's not a bad thing.
What are you putting on?
You.
I really don't know what I'm talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Just know this. I pay attention to everything. And as a mother, that's our job. We are supposed to pay attention to everything. And when your children start acting differently, that's something that you should automatically notice. Okay? And trust, like I said, trust has to be earned. People used to get on me about her, you know, me having an app on her phone. But guess what? I didn't give a damn. It's my child, my daughter, and I want to know what she's doing. I want to put a time limit on it because, let's face it, social media can be the devil. It really can. And it can be something that could just influence children in the wrong direction or influence them in a negative way. So I just want to be able to share experiences, and I'm glad that she's open to sharing her experiences that she's had.
She gave me an option when we got new phones if I wanted the app or not.
Yeah, I gave her an option. I said, you know, when we upgraded our phones, I said, can we trust you? And she said yes. So I ain't put it back on now. As soon as she would have gave me an opportunity to not trust her, child, I would have had that app back on the phone. I sure would have. But she hasn't had it for, what, about 2 years now?
Yeah, I think I'm too old for it now.
You are, because I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. However, if y'all want to know what app that was, it was...
Oh, those kids got it?
Yeah, a couple of my nieces and nephews got. It's called Our Pack. OURPACT.
I thought it was called Parent Portal.
No, that's your grades, girl.
That's what I told him.
It's called Our Pack. And you download it on your phone, you sync it with your phone so that your children be acting up.
I
Child,
gave it to his mom.
you ain't got to take their phone no
Hear
more.
me?
Child, you just hit a button and that shit will shut down,
I gave
okay?
it to his mom for his little brother.
Well, you told her the wrong damn thing. You need to call her and correct it. It's Our Pack, okay? It'll be the best thing that you put on your child's phone because all kids have phones now. And if you want to monitor what they're doing, where they're going on sites and stuff like that, and what time and how long they spend on it, you can set all of that on Our Pack. And this is not a sponsored video for Our Pack. I just believed in it and I shared it. Even came up with a contract. You gotta teach them the ways of the world. And like I told her, Sprint don't give me no damn phone without a damn contract, so your ass gonna get a contract too. Anywho.
I've been through 3 phones and I've been through like 4.
She been through a lot of phones, y'all, but that's a whole nother story time.
Well,
Because she
ones
told y'all
that
how
actually-
she was
no,
sneaky. She was
ones
sneaky.
That actually had a bill. I only been through 3. Pink, 7, and this one.
Okay.
Ones that didn't have a bill that was just for sneakiness was like probably 5.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like 5. This is all Android stuff.
So, Jada,
Huh?
thank you for sharing your experience with us. Would you be willing to share even more?
Sure.
She has lots of stories. I'm just here to validate and make sure the story is told right. And I'm going to give you the parent and the mother's perspective because it's been some times I could have...
I think it was one situation that made us close.
What?
I can't say that I'm kidding.
So, if you guys like these story times with Jada and I, and you think this is something that we can move forward doing, because she has a lot of lessons that, you know, I think she's learned from, and being able to share them with other girls her age and mothers who are raising daughters or sons, I really think this is something that could help in the future. So, you guys like more of these video story times with Jada and I, y'all be sure to leave a purple heart down in the comments, and also be sure to hit the subscribe and the like button, and we will see you in the next mother-daughter story time. You wanna give Grandma a little shout out right quick?
I don't know her Instagram, but
Just say Grandma. Grandma saved your life, girl.
thank you, Grandma.
Thank you, Mama, for saving her life. Every little child needs a little bit of May Rose in their life. Don't you agree?
No.
If you could do it over.
No.
If you could do it
No.
over, you would have had your shit together?
No, I just want to win.
No. You was gonna go. If you didn't have your shit together, you was gonna go. I'm thinking you saying, oh, if I had to do it over, I would have had my shit together the first go round. Now she had to go back for a
me
week.
to Papa. Papa like that too.
No.
Papa could be strict.
My mama raised me. And I know what I
My
went
Papa
through.
raised too.
My mama raised me, and I know how she can. She got a daughter. She has daughters. And I needed that impact in your life at the moment. I needed the village, and the village showed up. Get you a village. Make sure you got a village, and be careful about who in your village, okay? Okay, we'll see y'all in the next story time.